with drive who make the best team. Coco brings the fire, Coach cracks the jokes. Now they're dropping truth bombs for everyday folks. It's the Coach and Coco Cast. Motivation made to last. Laugh, learn, lift your soul. Chasing purpose is the goal. Straight from momentum.
All right, what up? Episode 4 already. Sweet, right? I'm Ryan the Champion T. Wallace, a.k.a. Coach. This is my co-host, Chris Coco Cast. What up, Chris?
What up?
All right, so keeping with the theme of answering questions that the kids keep having for us, we're going to rock, why are you so passionate about helping others? We get a version of this all the time. Every time I ask for hands raised, they say, why do you coach? Why do you want to help new fighters? Why do you, when you're dealing with your challenges, why are you so passionate about helping others? So we're going to rock into that. First, we're going to do a weekly update. We're going to talk about this Raja Jackson situation. Oof, right? So I think I got more this week. Here, let me get this handle out of your way.
Yeah, dude, how do I not touch your knee?
Dude, quit!
Close to my
Are you serious?
leg, man.
This guy touches my leg the whole time. See this hand right here? It's on my leg.
If only they knew how close encounters this was.
Yeah, I know. And how uncomfortable it is to be next to such a force of nature. You must be feeling like you're pulled in by my gravity. All right, so weekly update.
100%.
Weekly update number 1. My dog Mojita. I don't know if you guys know, but my number one soft spot, I don't know how to stop it, is dogs. I get heartbroken for dogs no matter what. My girl Mojita got bit by a Doberman. She wanted to be friends with the Doberman. Doberman didn't want to be friends back. She got bit in the eye, and it created this thing called a melting corneal ulcer. Sounds good, right?
Yeah, it sounds cool.
Sounds cool.
Very cool.
She looked awesome while she was puffed up and acting like a fighter, but they had to pluck the eye out. Took it out on Wednesday. Took her to this eye specialist, and the eye specialist was like, "Oh, this thing's got to go." So now we got a pirate with one leg, a pirate with one eye. So we're rocking, but the problem is we live in Lake Tahoe, and being a pirate in Lake Tahoe, there's some challenges because there's one island, and it's the 5th most photographed thing in the United States.
Right.
Emerald Bay, that island with the castle. There's going to be 100,000 Chinese guys with a photo of our treasure the second we bury it.
Yeah, exactly.
There's all angles. We're not going to have any chance of burying it. I don't know. Plus, there's 5 law enforcement agencies.
Yeah.
Plus, it's going to be tough to sail with 2 bulldogs.
Yeah.
But we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Mojita's now a pirate. Maybe the most unlucky girl on earth. I mean, she's lucky to have me, but we're going to get her a patch. Right now, she's just got the stitches, but definitely Halloween costume.
Oh, dude, for sure.
The patch, the hat, maybe a frilly shirt. I don't know. Maybe some,
easy Halloween costume.
Maybe a bucket. She's probably the guy that sweeps the deck, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2 update for me. I guess we'll just keep going me. It sounds pretty domestic, but I got a new shed built in the backyard. Sick. And the front part of it's going to be like a little bar, and then the back is a workstation. I'm calling it the barn.
I like it.
Yeah, because it looks like a barn. Pretty domestic to be excited about that, but you know what? 41 years old. I guess this is my life now.
That's what it is.
Pretty good work by me making the foundation and getting it all set up.
What about the lake, the river, whatever?
I got a leak in the top, and it's slowing me down. I got some foam to fill it in, but I made an error with the liner on the top where I folded it wrong, and the glue's not sticking. So that's taking a second. Plus, it's hard for my sick ass to dig too much, and it's a lot of digging.
Yeah.
I got a kid coming to help, but kids aren't necessarily reliable.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, kids who are watching? All right. You got something, and then I'll throw the last thing I did this weekend.
Yeah. So our program's rocking too. We're doing runs still. Monday 4:30, Wednesday 4:30. If you guys want to tag along, anybody can tag along. Right now it's small. We're just kind of trying to, get it going. But yeah, it's always a slow moving thing because nobody wants to run. But
I know I don't.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I got my leg off.
Right, makes sense. So, but yeah, if anybody wants to come out, just DM me and let's run and let's keep that energy up. We're only doing a couple miles right now, so it's pretty easy. But yeah, otherwise, program's doing good. We got a big event at Lake Talk Community College on October 10th. So DM me for info on that and mark your calendars. That's going to be a lot of fun. Otherwise, with the school year popping off, we're just kind of getting things going. And this week we're going to get together and really start brainstorming. A lot of the ideas that we got in the chamber and what we're going to do moving forward. But yeah, there's a lot of really cool, fun stuff happening, and hopefully by next week I'll have more details on it all.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you guys are watching this, you got to get hooked up with the stuff he's doing. It looks awesome.
It'll be fun. Yeah, it's going to be dope. It's going to be all brainstormed by the kids and us, and it's just going to be a lot of fun stuff that's based around what we all want to do and kind of unlocking, all our different passions and ideas and just figuring out how we can move things forward in a positive direction. So when I was 17, 18, that's what really, turned my life around, was having those different outlets and things and fun stuff that we can do to, take our mind off other stuff. So yeah, it'd be cool.
Perfect. Love it. All right. So I went to Weird Al last night.
Okay.
All right. I've been sick this whole week and I was like doing nothing. I had no gas, which is honestly, I got to just admit, it's been brutal for me because one of the things I prided myself on most is just infinite energy.
Yeah.
And having no energy is just such a polar opposite of that.
Yeah,
quit touching my leg, dude.
I'm sorry. It was an accident actually that time.
So anyway, I get talked into going to Weird Al. I pull myself up. And first of all, I haven't sang along.
What is Weird Al again?
Weird Al he's a musical guy. He does parodies, funny, like super funny songs that are like the popular songs with his like parody lyrics. Like instead of on bad, it's on fat.
That's right. Yeah.
Hilarious, dude.
And that was up here?
That was up here. That was at the outdoor theater. Almost got rained out, but we got lucky. It stopped. So it was like I laughed the whole time, completely worth it.
Tight.
And I was thinking like I haven't sung along to songs with that many white nerds since church camp.
That makes
like
sense.
Everybody, dude. Like I got one leg and pink hair, and I was not even close. Like I was not even in the top 2/3 of weirdos.
That's
like I fit in.
I can only imagine.
I fit in more there. Like I could have blended in.
Yeah.
I could have committed a crime and then just flown in the crowd and then been
Yeah.
like, oh, it's the weirdo with pink hair. There was like 80 pink hair people, and like
80 people lined up. Like,
yeah.
which guy?
Oh, you could have picked like It was the ideal place for me to commit a crime and blend in, which is nowhere else pretty much on earth.
Right.
All these weird, and everybody just had this, like there were so many people with like weird looks on their face, like this complete weirdos. And like I was on the end, and all these people were like so shy to like say that they needed to get in. They'd just be like standing there weird, and I'm like, "Is this your row?"
Why?
They were just weirdos, like just strange people, or like soft people, or just kind of dorks. Completely opposite of most.
It's Weird Al.
Yeah, it's Weird Al. I mean, his name is Weird Al.
Yeah.
And it was weird. And it opened up Puddle's Pity Party was the opener. And this dude was dressed as a clown.
Oh, man.
And his voice was like freaking awesome.
I love it.
Yeah, it was great. So if you want to feel, not trying to like sound like a high school bully, but if you want to feel cool or you want to boost in self-confidence,
Go to Weird Al.
go to Weird Al. You will feel much cooler and prettier than
You'll
anyone.
leave there being like, damn, I am kind of the shit.
Damn, I am cool. Like, dude, I am tough. I felt like definitely I was the toughest guy in the entire arena by pretty significant
That's
margins.
so funny.
Almost like, you ever seen The One? Movie The One? Okay, so basically the premise is there's 200 and something versions of this guy, every time he defeats one, he gains that guy's power.
Okay.
And then at the very end, there's like thousands of dudes coming at him, but he's 256 times more powerful or whatever. So he's just like smashing like 100 guys at a time. I feel like I could have been the one at that. Like, I could have just got up on the stage and just one after the other.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was cool.
The ultimate confidence booster.
Yeah. And I freaking loved Weird Al when I was in 8th grade. He had an album called Dare to Be Stupid.
Yeah.
And 8th grade me was completely stoked for that.
Legendary.
I knew all the lyrics to a couple of them that I hadn't even heard for like 20 years. It was dope.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right. So
Good times.
we've been studying popular podcasts, and we know that controversy draws interest. There's a pretty controversial topic in sort of our sphere, MMA world. Not so much fake wrestling, but kind of the same thing. So Raja Jackson, son of legendary fighter Rampage Jackson, had a. Should I just explain what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Raja Jackson, backstage, he wasn't part of this organization, but he was invited in some way, and he was backstage. And there's this guy named Psycho Stu.
Yeah.
And Psycho Stu thought that Raja Jackson was part of the.
Yeah. Well, they had an altercation.
They had an altercation.
Beforehand.
He thought he was part of the show, right?
Well, what's his name? The wrestler?
Psycho Stu.
So Psycho Stu, they had an altercation. Psycho Stu hit him with a bottle or something.
Hit him with a beer can, but I
don't know,
understood is it was like one of those beer cans that's designed to like break away.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like a prop.
Whatever. But then I think dude's kind of crazy. Rampage Jackson's son. I think he's a little bit cuckoo, but
yeah,
obviously. But they told him that he could get revenge inside the ring. So anyways, continue.
Yeah, exactly. So that he could get his revenge in the ring, like, oh, he embarrassed you backstage, now embarrass him in front of the crowd, and it was all part of the like show, according to the promoter. So this dude comes in, shoots a double leg, lifts him up, and then just spikes him on the back of his head.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he was knocked out then. And then throws, I counted between 22 and 27 punches on a unconscious.
And it was hard to watch.
Super hard to watch.
Yeah. And when he hit him, when he spiked him, because I thought the wrestlers could take shit like that, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know if he was knocked out, but it looked like he was.
Looked like he was.
And then he definitely was.
That was
brutal.
Because Raja is son of a legendary MMA fighter and is an MMA fighter himself. I'm not sure what promotion, but he was just wailing uncontested shot after shot on this dude. Gnarly. And put the guy in the hospital, and then afterwards wasn't even remorseful. Was talking about how he's tired of people playing with him, and on the phone he just said, "Oh, my bad."
Yeah, I think dude's out there.
Yeah,
I think he's got some issues.
He's got some issues. So
to be able to do something like that,
to me, sort of the lesson, if you're going to try to pull a lesson, is you got to control your emotions.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And you cannot let a slight, a perceived slight or a perceived embarrassment, completely dictate your next actions. And then also, it was such a coward punk move to accept the apology and then later go slam him like that. Like, if you're really that mad about it, the Psycho Stu was trying to squash it, said sorry, thought you were part of the show or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he said, "Oh, it's all cool, I understand." And then he assaulted him, slammed him. And the other part of it that sucks is you would think Jackson had probably a pretty positive opportunity to make a run in some sort of organization. He's sellable because of his name.
You're talking about the son?
I'm talking about Rampage's kid, right? He's the son of Rampage. That's easy to sell for a promoter.
Yeah. He
looked obviously capable of picking the dude up easy and slamming him.
Yeah,
he could throw some pretty accurate punches. And he had maybe the mindset you would need to go into a cage, have it locked behind you.
Yeah.
Doesn't
have the work ethic, doesn't have discipline, doesn't have all that other shit that you need.
And so that all is gone.
Yeah. It's sucky.
This person likes my pink hair. Yep, you like that? Still rocking it.
I never get to say hi to TikTok. What's up, TikTok?
TikTok, this is Coco.
It's cracking.
I never put the camera on him because I don't want to lose subscribers.
That's messed up, man.
If you want to see him, go to
You
YouTube.
just got 2 more. Look at that.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
All right. So, moral of the story: control your emotions. Don't premeditate assault, and don't throw away an awesome opportunity
For the gram.
for the gram.
Yeah.
Right. And just for like your pride, get pride out of there. Get like being embarrassed is not the end of the world situation, and being embarrassed is not, being embarrassed is not grounds to just completely assault someone.
Yeah, and you ain't cool if you do shit like that.
It's coward.
It's so coward.
And he's getting trashed online like he should. And then I think most likely we're going to say prison time.
Likely.
Yeah.
And I would make sense.
And
I wouldn't be upset with that.
and most likely not a
It's
career,
BS, man.
not a
Well,
positive career.
All that tells me is that a guy doesn't want to fight in the cage.
Yeah.
So he's gonna go try and find a way to do that shit somewhere else.
Right.
And even by his attitude after, it was just
Yeah.
he's, for lack of a better word, he's a pussy. He doesn't want to fight in the cage and do it for real, so he does it in that kind of way. And the way he picked the guy up from behind.
Yeah.
It's just total bitch move.
Completely.
Yeah.
So that's our take. Out on Roger Jackson.
Hot take is what it is.
Roger Jackson, boo, 2 thumbs down.
100%.
Okay, Gotti wants, or GGTHY. Best grappler is me. Best striker, him. If we had to actually get in a fight, if I could get a hold of him,
I got
I'd
him
do
once
okay.
or twice. I remember there was a time.
Yeah,
One time or 2 times.
He's scrapped with me a few times. I mean,
When I'm at the top of my game, I can give him a run.
yeah. But if he
remember
punched
after
me in the nose, I would start crying.
I remember after my comeback fight, we did some grappling. But it was like right after, and I was like peak, you know.
Yeah, that was when it was that was at athletics.
I don't know. Something
Yeah.
like that, yeah.
No, I remember having a hard time keeping you down that time.
Yeah, no, he's absolutely a insane strength. So
Yeah, I'm just a lot bigger and stronger, more manly.
I gotta be fast and agile.
He has no
tricky.
chest muscle.
I don't want chest muscle, man.
I know.
That's what I've
It's
decided.
Clear. That's clear.
You've been giving me shit for
That
so
is
many years.
clear.
I came to the conclusion that this whole time I just didn't want it. That's why I never got it.
Well, okay.
Yeah. So if I wanted it, it might be a different story. But
Got it.
chest doesn't help me fight better.
Okay. All right, we'll go with that. All right, so I guess we should get rocking on the actual topic. I want to start with sort of a diatribe. Oh, that's good. Diatribe. Human beings are tribal by necessary. Okay? Human beings, we gained prominence in the world because we formed tribes that worked together and helped keep each other alive. You know, you couldn't take down a mammoth if you didn't have a bunch of dudes helping you with spears. You couldn't cook the food if you didn't have a bunch of people in the village preparing and doing all that. You just couldn't survive as an individual in caveman days or whatever. So we developed, natural selection or whatever it was. We developed as people that thrive in tribes. And so the main question I get asked is last week's question about what keeps you motivated, what keeps you going. And one of the things we said was having others as our why. And then a follow-up question or another question we get a lot is, why are you passionate about helping others? And so I kind of wrote down 5 reasons I do. Some of them are very just full-on generous, and some of them are almost selfish in a way. So we're going to just riff off of them. First thing is that a shared experience builds an unrivaled connection. So like for me, coaching a wrestling season, when you go through the whole wrestling season from day one, everyone's a rookie, scared, worried, but ambitious. Then you go through the ups and downs of the season, wins and losses, injuries, illness, whatever, and you get to that last moment. That group of people becomes an extremely special group of people that you're connected to for the rest of their lives and your life, right? And so reason number 1 is just I want to help other people because I want to have that shared experience with them, right? And we've been in fight camps together.
Oh, yeah.
And how much does that build how much does that build our relationship
It
together?
builds it major, but who is this saying they think? Who's GGT?
Yeah, they said they got their money's on Coco.
No, they said I think I would lose. My money, I think you'd lose, to be honest, Coco.
Oh,
Who is that?
I don't know.
They better come with a name I don't recognize.
That's right. Don't go Roger Jackson on it.
Anyways, so yeah.
So like, can you like think of a specific example of somebody that you probably wouldn't have contact or relationship with, but because you went through a fight camp with or whatever, you're connected to them or something like that?
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody I've gone through fight camp with has become, my brothers, and even shared the cage with, I think just in the game in general. And it's like a bonding experience. So I've met people that I didn't really like at first, and then, learned that we're all kind of hunting for the same thing. And, yeah, for sure, man. It's a bonding experience. It brings you closer together. And, as I'm kind of, I don't want to say just tapping in, but newly into the world of building like a mentorship team, it's going to be fun to kind of see how that works when you're not just in the fight game doing that, but you're doing it in a way that you're, doing it outside of it as well. But
yeah. So anything, even a class,
it's like tribal instincts, kind of.
Yeah, exactly. You're building a tribe, and you have the well-being of those in your tribe.
Yeah.
In the forefront of your mind, and that builds it up.
Yeah, I remember when I got in my accident, and after I was so disappointed because I was out and I had to literally spend 2 years just watching everybody compete.
Yeah.
But it was tight because at first it was like hard to like be there and whatnot, but after a while it was like I fed off their success and the energy that I was able to be a part of, even on the back end. So yeah, it's a cool experience for sure.
Yeah. And so like I started this program last year called Momentum Mentors, and we went through just goal setting and life skill things, and we were like building the program together as we grew through it. And I just saw one of those kids last night. He's doing awesome. He sends me regular messages about how much that program and that community helped him. And when I was at the TLAC graduation in June, all of the kids that were in there, we were like, it was like a bond that we could not have created if we hadn't spent one morning a week for 8 straight weeks just working together.
Yeah.
All right. So one of my passions is just building that shared experience and giving that to other people and having it for myself.
Yeah, it's like primal, man.
Yeah.
Shit is so necessary in life.
Exactly. All right. So next, this one is like a personal thing for anyone. Turning your personal struggles into strength and a positive force, right? Convert your hardships into courage for others. So when you ask the question, why do we want to share our story? We want to share our story because if we just internalize the challenges we had, it's either going to eat us away or it's going to be wasted. But if we share it and we can pump up somebody else and turn our struggle into courage for them, it's a miracle to watch how much just hearing one positive story can change the trajectory of somebody.
Yeah.
And like, I know you've had so many bumps that you've had to overcome, like, and then like being asked to tell your story in the documentary and then constantly being asked for interviews and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like what sort of, let's say you didn't want to say it that day. What would sort of be your thought to say, you know what? No, I got to get this out. Or
I feel like I was given an experience, like, by God or whatever, it's like a duty kind of in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And so I ran with it since the beginning. But yeah, I mean, I think your story is like everything. It's like your gift to the world, it's like your superpower. But definitely just with, with others in mind for sure. And just knowing that you got two options when you go through hard stuff in life. You can let it affect you, work against you, and you can use it kind of against yourself, or you can use it to help the world. And so I sort of made a habit out of that all through all my tough experiences in life, and it kind of paid off in a way that made it so much easier to go through stuff, because you just almost kind of feel like it's more like ammo in the chamber, kind of in a crazy way.
Yeah. So that's like the point that I wanted him to get across is like, you're going to deal with something no matter who you are. You know, you could have been born with a silver spoon in your mouth. You're still going to have troubles. You're still going to have doubts. You're still going to have fears. Sharing how you overcame that, A, helps you realize that you're tough. And B, it gives other people a boost of courage that then turns into fuel for you to like, hey, I'm going to keep sharing this. I'm going to keep owning it. I'm going to keep on the path of staying focused on the goal that I had despite this thing. I'm going to be adaptable. I'm going to be resilient. I'm going to be tough. And so in terms of advice to you, if you got something bad, think of it right then in that moment as this is something that I'm going to get through, and I'm going to meet somebody who's dealing with something very similar, and I'm going to be able to help them get through it. And that redirects your focus on the negative part of it into the positive part of it. And positive thinking, even though it sounds so corny, positive thinking is just so powerful. And doing that is as a way of helping someone, it just converts negative into positive, and it's just an unlimited source.
Yeah, 100%, without a doubt.
All right. So in that same vein, another thing that for me is important is paying it forward. All right. So none of us got here on our own. You know, I couldn't have got to where I was when I was first diagnosed and I was first going to get amputated. I was blessed to have realized that I had some really good wrestling coaches that had instilled in me that this is just the same as losing a match and picking yourself back up.
Legit.
And it created a mindset that I was so grateful for right from the start. Like, this isn't going to be, I'm not going to be proverbially pinned. This is, right. I'm going to get up, and I got another match, and I got another chance, and I got another opportunity to do something. And maybe the circumstances are stacked against me a little more than they were before, but that's not going to break me. I've been in this situation before. Right. So I always want to pay that forward because I did not get that perfectly myself. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I've seen how much it's helped me. So I want to pay that forward. And then for me, you know, a lot of times I've been asked to do privates, or like there's a sort of thing in combat sports to commoditize the athletes, you know, get whatever money you can out of them, or get them in your school so that you can get the dues and all of that. And I understand having to make a living, but also I want to freely give that. And I've tried as hard as I could to not commoditize the athletes or see them as a paycheck, but as an individual that I can give what was given to me. Yeah. And so that always has created such a better relationship between me and the kids. And I've always done work outside of the sport in order to pay my bills and keep me stable, so that I could give freely my knowledge, my mindset, the preparation I do.
Without depending on money.
And to pay it forward. And then in return to ask those kids, all I ever ask the kids is, you pay this forward. When you find a kid who's struggling, you help him. If you can help somebody in your class get better, help them get better. We start practice off. When I have a practice where we're learning a lot, I always say your job is not to learn this technique. Your job is to make sure your partner learns this technique.
I love it.
And when a senior is in the room, I say your job is not to win a state championship. Your job is to make sure this kid can win a state championship when he's in your spot.
Sick.
And so paying it forward and preaching pay it forward, that's something that just it builds and builds and builds. And the more people you have doing it, the more people are doing it, and the bigger your program and sphere of influence can be.
Yep, that's awesome.
All right.
Love it.
All right, so that was 3. Let's flip over here. This is another good one. This one is more selfish in a way, but also it's the same thing. I just want to live in a better world, right? And you get politicians that say that this policy is going to fix the world, or you get Instagram tough guys that say, you know, eating this supplement and having this schedule is going to change the world, or buying this product, or you just everyone gets hammered every day with a magic wand that's going to fix all the problems. To me, the way to fix the world is to populate the world with better people. And better people are disciplined, resilient, and persistent and generous. Right? So for me, I want to build a community full of people that are growing that way. That makes a better place for me to thrive, makes a better place for the people I care about to thrive, and that makes it so that we are constantly in a positive environment because we're making that environment, and we're making the people around us in the image that we see as a positive thing, because we've felt the change that resilience and persistence and dedication and passion and generosity is given. So
being a part of the solution.
Right. So like think about how many times you've been in a fight camp and there's like a rookie and you're like, I need this guy as a sparring partner. So you're going to build him up. Right. And then it makes all the sparring sessions better, and he's making the next partner better, who becomes a better partner for you. Yeah. And that works in every aspect.
For sure. Helps everybody.
Right.
Helps the goal. Yep.
So I feel like that's kind of what your program is aiming to do, is just populate your community with more equipped,
for sure,
better people,
especially kids, especially teens and young people, without a doubt.
Because they're so malleable at that age that you can give them some very simple tools.
Yeah, they're so passionate too.
I
mean, a lot of them are just so passionate; they just don't know what to do with it.
Right.
They just need direction.
They need direction.
They need like a funnel or something.
So one of the main answers I give when they say, why are you so passionate about helping others, is just, I want to populate the world with better people. And I think that's the solution. I don't think it's a politician. I don't think it's a religion. I don't think it's a product. I don't think it's any sort of thing like that. I think it is just simply the fact of, let's create more resilient, more generous, more persistent, adaptable, positive people. And that's what's going to push our country, our community, everything forward in a good light.
1,000%, without a doubt.
So last sort of thing, I am highly motivated by building a legacy beyond wins and losses. I was trying to come up with this since last week, and I was moving some stuff around, getting ready to set up my new shed and stuff. And I got a lot of trophies. I got a lot of medals. I got a lot of plaques, a lot of accolades. And
where'd you buy them?
Oh my God. I bought them with these babies. Okay. Bought them with this. All right. I bought them with sweat and trophies.com.
Trophies.com.
Amazon. eBay.
All right.
Yeah. They're like, when did you bowl? Oh yeah. Wait, I didn't know
1982 bowling champion.
I didn't know you were a sailing champion. Right. So I got tons of those. You do too.
Sick.
Right. Belts, all of that stuff. Yeah. What I've realized is pursuing those, eventually it's going to be enough. Mm-hmm. Right. If you want gold medals, eventually you're going to say, I got enough gold medals. Mm-hmm. If you want the belt, eventually you're going to get the belt, and cool. But what is your legacy beyond that moment? Because I've also realized that people have their own lives and their own things, and unless they're a super nerd like the guys at Weird Al concert, they're not going to remember the stats or the record or that specific thing about you. They're going to remember how you fought, what you did. And then more than that, I really am motivated by, and I know you are too, want you to talk about this, but I want my life to be felt generations and generations to come.
Right.
I heard a saying about you die twice. Once when you actually physically die, and then the last time when the last person says your name.
Sick.
I want to extend that though to, they don't even need to be saying my name, but somebody that I impacted, somebody, a next generation, they lived in a way that impacts the next generation. And I want that to be felt forever, whether they know it was me or not.
Yeah.
Or whether, that part doesn't matter, but I want a legacy that goes beyond what I actually did on the mats, but more how I made people feel, how I
That's
inspired
huge.
them, what me overcoming my obstacles gained for other people.
Right.
5th place chicken trophy. Oh yeah, that's true.
Is that a real one?
Yeah.
Sick. No, that's such a good point. You know, there's a story that contests to that. When I was in Guam, I was talking to one of my coaches, and I was kind of bummed when I was in Guam. I was training with the national team, and like everybody was super good, and like they all came from generations of Olympians and athletes.
Mhm.
And I was kind of getting discouraged because, like, you know, I had good parents and everything, but I was like the first real athlete in my family, and I'm out there like amongst generations of talent. And I remember I was talking to my coach out there one day, and I was like, it kind of bums me out because your dad and uncle was an Olympian, and all these other guys on the mats and girls, their families were Olympians, and it was a generational thing. And I remember he told me, he was like, Coco, I think his grandpa, or maybe even his dad, I can remember, was the pioneer. And he said, like, he was like a blue collar worker who decided that he wanted to be something like great in his life. And he did that, and he made that decision, and it like created like a wave, you know, of like successful, like badass people for generations to come.
Yeah.
And he was like, you're that guy. And I was like, oh man, like that hit hard, you know? So yeah, to your point, just being the change maker, and you never know what you can do that will make waves through generations to come, both in your family and outside of it.
That's beautiful. And so I have been motivated and pumped up for your desire to create an MMA program where you're helping kids that were just like you.
So,
Like how much thought and time and energy like are you putting in even right now, and have you put in your life to sort of create that idea and that dream?
my whole life. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, since I became an adult, like I wanted to be, I always saw it as like, I'm just recreating this process that I was introduced to. I mean, when I was coming up, I met these guys that told me stories. Like one of my coaches, Brian Beck, always was talking to us about his experiences in Thailand. And I always just remember being so like enamored by it. Like, what? Like Thailand? Like you went out there?
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. You fought out there. And I remember like him kicking, watching him kick pads and stuff. And I was like, man, this is insane. And, you know, so I that process to me is like the process. It's the natural process of the evolution of like becoming somebody. You're a timid, chip on your shoulder, fired up young athlete, young entrepreneur, whatever it is. Then you move into being successful in whatever that field is. And then eventually you move on to becoming a teacher. And then you eventually build more teachers and more, you know, coaches or whatever it is. And then that's it, you know. And it's just, for me, it's just the process. And I know I still think I got a lot of like tread left on my tires. Like I still got the fight in me. I'm still tough and in shape and fired up and young. I feel young in my heart and in my sport, but I know that I'm approaching kind of the last quarter, I guess, of my career, and I don't know where it's going to go. Who knows? But it's been really fun to start tapping into the next chapter for sure. And it's something that I'm super passionate about, and is what got me around the world and got me through a lot of tough situations, because I always was carrying, you know, the importance of knowing things so that I could teach others and pass my knowledge on to others the whole time. So
Perfect. Yeah, so that's kind of the last point, and then you guys are going to get an idea that's going to make us millions. Is do the thing you love and be completely addicted to it, be completely obsessed with it, and gain value in that field. And do that for the purpose of being even a better coach than what you had, or being a better opportunity for other people than even you had.
It's priceless too. I think everybody should try to master something in their life, whatever it is. I just think that is like the best way to live, because it teaches you things about yourself. It keeps you busy. I don't personally know how to live any way else, you know?
Yeah. And then also, if you're living that way, it sets you up to be able to be in the thing that you love for a much longer extended period of time. If you just love it, but you're not all the way in, once it's over, it's over. But if you're all the way in and you're entrenched in that world and you've got credibility in that world and you've got skills that other people could never catch up to, then you can be involved in that for the rest of your life. And I've always had the idea of being Lifetime Achievement Award as a coach, that kind of thing, in terms of not for that award, but because that meant that I was able to continue what I started throughout the whole time and then made a lasting, long-term, multi-generation, multi-people impact.
And you have, man. You absolutely have.
Yeah.
That's powerful. It's like the success story of any athlete, really. Because you're going to face, like, adversity and, problems that you're going to run into that could be big, could be small, could derail, could take you out of the game completely. But when you're able to make those pivots, that's massive.
Yeah, and sometimes it happens in the middle. You get injured.
Yeah.
You got to be a coach. That helps you be a better athlete. And then you get back in there, learn more things about yourself. You can keep pushing.
Yep.
All right. So we'll recap. Then I got an idea to run by you that I think is gold.
Okay.
All right. First, we're passionate to help others because of how awesome it is to have that shared experience with people in your camp, in your club, in your program, on your team. That shared experience you just can't get anywhere else other than making sure that the other people want to be there and are there. I always say at the beginning of the season, our job is to make sure we have as many kids in this room at the end of the season as possible. Hopefully it's everyone. If it's not everyone, it's as close to that as possible, right? Then it turns your own struggles, your own challenges, your own pain, your own fears, your own doubts, your own demons. It converts them into a positive force. Mm-hmm. Helping other people allows you to turn that into a fuel that fuels others and it fuels yourself. Pay it forward. Nobody got to where they are on their own, and you owe it to the people that gave to you to continue their mission. They saw something in you that was worthwhile. They nurtured it. They harvested it. Now spread that seed and that goodwill.
Love it.
It makes it a better world to live in. We all want to live in a better world. Let's make that better world ourselves. Let's help create other people. There's a story I wanted to add on this one. I was listening to this guy who is from India, in the slums of India.
Okay.
And there was some stray puppies, and these kids were kicking the puppies. Okay. And all the other kids were laughing, so the kid kept kicking the puppies, right? Okay. So the people, instead of said, hey, don't kick the puppies, they went over there and scooped up the puppies and were petting them, and they had little treats and they were feeding them. And then all the kids started picking up the puppies and feeding them. Nice. And then when he went back to that area, the stray dogs were like belonged to these kids and were like being raised by these kids. And he said it was a simple thing of showing the behavior you wanted and creating a better spot. Made a better spot for the puppies. The kids are now better people, whatever. So like if you want to make the world better, demonstrate how a person in the better world lives. People will follow. People will get that. Yeah. And then lastly, just it creates a legacy beyond your wins and losses.
Yeah. There's a sick quote that says, preach the gospel at all times. When necessary, use words.
Yeah.
As in,
right.
Live by example.
Yeah. Be who be who you say you want to be and who you say you want them to be, and show the benefits of it by your life. Right. Yeah. All right. So that's all the heavy stuff. That's all the topics. I personally loved it.
Yeah.
I hope it helped you guys. That was our motivation for this episode. Wow, that's kind of meta.
What?
Being motivated to help them. So we did an episode about why we want to help them, and then it helped them, and then it motivated us to help them.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's money.
All right. So
I got one.
Okay.
I got one.
Yeah,
you.
hit it.
So I never hear you complain, man.
Well, you know what?
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I was just thinking about that the other day. I'm like, so like, ever, like about anything you're going through, I never hear you complain.
Well, first of all, it's because this whole run here is a second chance, so it's all gravy. Second, I am aware of geopolitics and how much worse it is for other people.
Right.
You know, like I always go back to the thought of like refugees from a war-torn nation where they are leaving a home that they can't return to, and they're going to a place where people don't want them. That's a lot worse than not feeling good in a place where everyone loves you,
Yeah.
and not feeling good in Lake Tahoe. Or, you know, I also have done a lot of adaptive athlete seminars and
So you've seen a lot of
para-jiu-jitsu
shit.
things.
Yeah.
I've seen, and I'm very close to the guy who gave me a blue belt is a Brazilian guy. He's like my Brazilian carbon copy. Like,
Gotcha.
he's
I think I know who you're talking about.
yeah.
I've
His
never
name
seen
is El Serle,
Uh-huh.
and there's another guy named Cowboy. That those guys were black belts that gave me my blue belt, and they're from Brazil. And their medical system in Brazil is far behind what we have. So they have a lot more amputees and like people that are adapting. There's a guy that has to just, his legs are backwards and he has to crawl around.
Wow.
And he's doing jujitsu.
Yeah.
Like he's traveling the world doing jujitsu as somebody who had a bad mindset would be in a wheelchair begging for money or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This dude is not doing
Getting
that.
after it.
He's trying to choke somebody out instead of letting his situation tap him out. You know what I mean?
So it's just perspective.
It's perspective.
Yeah.
And then also, I have had a couple bouts in my life of where I felt sorry for myself.
Uh-huh.
And it doesn't get me anywhere. I'm ambitious. I want good
Right.
things. And if I notice that my behavior is preventing my growth, I try to stop that right then, and I try to kill that. And I also, you know, like right now I got all these problems with my heart and stuff. I've also, the massive positive is I've learned how much people care about me and miss me. And like, that's a huge boost. You know what I mean? So I don't, there's a quality of complaining people I don't like. And just to go back to this, I want to create a world like full of people that I like and that I want, you know, that are positive. And so I don't want to model that. And I want to show people you can have some huge challenges in your face and still see the good things. And, you know, I'm not immune to sadness. I'm not immune to, you know, strive for struggle, but I can also usually find humor in it. I can also usually find the way that this is going to be purpose. And then also, because I've for so many years practiced this, of any challenge I'm in, I'm just going to use this. I'm going to learn how I overcame this, and I'm going to share how I overcame this.
That's powerful.
And so, I don't complain because I don't allow myself to, and I don't complain because things aren't so bad in the long run. And you only YOLO once. I don't want to spend my whole YOLO feeling sad about the YOLO that I'm living. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to spend my whole life fighting against the troubles and fighting for the good fight, fighting for people and fighting for the world that I think should exist.
I love it. Well, you're setting one hell of an example, man.
Appreciate that.
It's powerful stuff.
That's why I'm blowing up on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
All right. So that was a good little last thing right there.
Yeah. Make a grown man cry.
Yeah, I also do complain about my fantasy football team.
Why?
Because I just always make a move and then
Shit,
and I haven't won for a while.
That
And the people in my league have been in, it's like a 12 or more years that we've been in this league, and we're just really mean to each other. And I just want to, I just like winning, and it's one of the things I can't control. So don't talk, if you don't want your like image of me not complaining, don't ask about fantasy football.
That makes sense.
All right. You ready for the idea?
Yeah. Let's hear it.
Okay, so let me lay some groundwork.
All right.
And if you stuck around this long, this is a treasure. All right, we go to MMA fights, wrestling tournaments, jiu-jitsu tournaments, gyms, every once in a while a bar.
Right.
And you see all these guys, there's like a genre of guy. Usually bald head, tattoos, muscles, tight-fitting shirt, designer jeans,
gay shoes.
Yeah.
He's got some gas.
And they're walking around like they're tough, and they want you to think they're tough.
Yeah.
Right? But real guys know you got to have a flat nose or beat up ears to actually have proven that you're tough.
Yeah.
Rare example of the tough guy that doesn't have that.
Yeah.
Right? But we're not worried about that guy. What we want, and maybe even that guy's, if he's tough, but people don't think it. And I originally came up with this idea because I wanted to give it to the high school wrestlers.
Okay.
So that they would look tough. Detachable cauliflower ear.
Oh, dude.
Or like just clip on cauliflower ear.
Dude.
Right? So like got a few models, how gnarly do you want?
That's
10%, 20%.
That's a legendary idea.
Right?
Yeah, that is a legendary. Imagine all the kids running around school.
Yeah.
Putting their collie
like get ready for the tournament. Like we're in weigh-in line and you're like,
or even just
like, hey, wait a minute. Come over here. We're like, towel, put it in.
Going to sit next to a chick and they're just like,
oh yeah. Go to a bar, like you can just like put your drink down, your ears all beat up, nobody will mess with you.
That's a great
You're at the UFC, like every time I've ever been to an MMA event, I see like the maybe 30 guys in there that I know train that are actually tough from various gyms.
Right.
And then the posers that are walking around acting like they're one of those guys.
Yeah.
Imagine the booth if you were selling those cauliflower ears.
All the posers, tap out shirt, loud, drunk, obnoxious.
Maybe
guys
even have a kit like
the size.
Yeah.
You got like small, medium.
Yeah.
Ones that are just massive. And, like they've just been through the grinder.
Exactly.
Oh, that's legendary.
I haven't been able to come up with a good name for it, but I just think it would be perfect. And especially high school wrestlers you could sell that to every kid in the state, every kid in the country. So there it is.
That's a great idea. That is a great idea. We should patent that.
Or we could offer a service where we just clobber people's ears. Yeah. Just have like, how there's like all those Asian massage parlors? Hired all of them to come in and just massage ears only the whole night.
Dude, I got mine from getting punched. It wasn't even getting like rubbed up on or anything.
For some reason, I get it on this ear, but it kind of goes away. I should have more for how much I've wrestled.
Yeah, no,
so maybe I might even like buy some. Be like, hey, nobody believes me. Because this ear doesn't get it at all. But also it's because I don't let anybody get in on my head.
Yeah.
I'm always doing all the smashing.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's one way of avoiding it.
So if this podcast doesn't take off, let's put our energy into that business, or maybe even we'll brand it the Coach and Coco Cauliflower.
Oh, it's a banger. That's a great idea.
All right, we're going to play the song. Great episode. Please share with your friends. TikTok, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Love you. You're welcome. Go build your tribe. All right, so dude, the shed, I'm going to give you the tour, but I got some big plans. You're going to be impressed. You're going to, I know it's like, that's like full on. Look at this. You got to see my backyard shed. How did I get old? I got gray hair, and I'm talking about garden, my garden shed.
The way that you tip your head down. And
This move.
you gotta see my
This move right here.
yeah. Oh, that's so funny.
And they're all dirty and broken. That's perfect for my dad, too.
Victoria backyard.
Yeah.
It's legendary.
Then I got to go to bed, dude. I'm feeling yucky. I know.
Guess we got it done.
Yeah. All right, let's rock. Hey, if you're watching live, we're gonna try to rock Friday this week around the same time. Does that work?
Yeah.
Roger Jackson, dude. It's on site if I see him. What a coward. I'm gonna just carry around one of those collapsible beer cans just in case I see him.
That was brutal. Hard to watch.
So hard.
Yeah.
And then like,
that.
once his buddies, his buddies realized what was happening and they were trying to stop it, and they were just like kind of like dorky backyard wrestler guys, and they were like panicked.
Yeah, they couldn't do it.
Yeah, so he jumped on him and he was thrashing him.
Yeah. Oh,
It was brutal. I couldn't imagine watching my friend get smashed like that.
no, I would have been in there like way sooner.
All right, we're out. I never know how to end this one. Oh, shit.
It's crazy how easy we can plug through an hour.
I know.
Oh,
I know. I got worried for a sec when I was prepping that, and then I was like, nah, we'll mash this.
So when is this one going up?
So
Today?
it takes a second for me to be able to pull it off of there, off of here. But it